Katie. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. August is the month of readathons for me. There are so many that I wanted to take part in, but there just got to be a point where I couldn't fit any more. So I came kind of on like a first come first served basis for ones that I was interested in. And yeah, so that's just how it went down. So for this, we have, let's see, the book buffet, all the world's a page, the Enneagram Readathon, and the history challenge. Now the history challenge takes precedence over everything else. So the history challenge is the last 2 weeks of the month. I adored the history challenge last year, and it is something that I was waiting for. I actually reached out to Emma and I was like, are we doing it this year? Because I need to build a TBR. So yes, but let's just get into, we'll start with the two readathons that span the entire month of August, and then we'll go from there. There will be some overlap in these books, so you may see something popping up more than once, and that's just because I was trying to be a little bit efficient. So, first of all, the book buffet is happening. It's the entire month of August. It is hosted by Kim from Bookmarks and Breadsticks, Amrita from Amrita by the Book, Rosie from Rosie Kaksha, and Amy from Potato Brarian. I will have all the information for everything linked in the description box. These are some people that I adore on BookTube, and I knew I had to participate in the readathon if I could. This is based completely around food writing. Not necessarily all nonfiction, just things that are kind of focused on food or where food is a major theme. So I have picked 3 books that I have here with an optional 4th. They do have a bingo board, but I'm going to be honest, I'm a little overwhelmed with stuff right now. So I just picked some stuff so I could participate, and it is what it is. First off, I have Lemon, A Global History by Toby Sonneman. I don't even know if I'm saying that name right. I should probably look it up, but here we are. It is what the title says. It's short, so I'm thinking it should be an easy one to just check off the lists. So I'm excited about it. And the next one I have is Sweet Spot and Ice Cream Binge Across America by Amy Ettinger. Ice cream? Yes, please. Plus this cover is so bright and summery. I had to. And then the last book I have is Drunk, How We Sipped, Danced, and Stumbled Our Way to Civilization by Edward Slingerland. I mean, that title. How can you not be interested in that? It sounds like it's going to be amazing. The next readathon that I have that is the entire month is really one that I picked because I thought the prompts were hysterical. So this is the All the World's a Page readathon. It's got prompts based on Shakespeare. They're fabulous. It is hosted by Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe, Kara from Wild Book Garden, and Julia from Shakespeare and Such. Shakespeare and Such. I don't know why I struggled with that so hard. Okay. I will have all the information for this one linked as well. And I really, really highly suggest you go check out one of the announcement videos and read through all the prompts because some of them are hilarious. I just picked 1, 2, 3. 3 that I thought I could fit in nicely with things and that I enjoyed. So the first one I chose was Fake Your Own Death because that will definitely solve this problem. Give a book or author a second chance at life. So there's actually a couple I could have used for this, but I have been meaning to get to this, and, well, I've been meaning to try this one again, and it is also part of this Goodreads challenge that I'm doing for myself because I like to challenge myself. Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. Okay, I tried reading this, but I was in, a crappy state of mind, and I was in a bad mood. And it's written oddly, and apparently that actually factors into the way where the story goes. But it's this character, and I'm not sure if it's Piranesi or Piranesi. It doesn't matter. He's in this house, and the house, it's pretty much just him, and then he knows there's one other person that he meets up with periodically who's there. And the house is it's a bizarre place. Things are changing, and there's all these statues everywhere, and I believe this is kind of written like he's keeping a journal. I don't know, it was really weird. I should like it. Like, based on the synopsis, I should like it. So I'm gonna give this one a second shot, and we'll see how this goes. The next book is Does This Play Need 3 Parts? Read a book in a series. So for this, I'm actually doing a reread. This is The Lost Queen by Signe Pike. I read this in January, and I absolutely adored it. And I recently picked up the sequel, so I want to read this one again, partly because I want to read it again, and partly because I enjoy reading the first book before I read the second book, just because I feel like it's a better experience for me. So this is set in like the Middle Ages, medieval times, whatever you want to call it. I believe, does it say? I think it's in like the 400 or 500s AD, something along those lines. And we're following twins, Llangarth and Lailoken. Llangarth is the titular Lost Queen, but her brother Lailoken is actually the character, like the historical figure that the Merlin character is based off of from the Arthurian legend. Very good book. It starts off in like this very wholesome way because they're young and their mother has just died, but they really love their father. And then you just like follow Llangarth as she grows and changes and really comes into her own. And it was a book that was very slow to read, and I wasn't even sure I was enjoying it at a lot of intervals. But I got to the end and I was sad because I realized I wasn't a part of this world anymore. So I definitely want to give this one another go. And then the final prompt that I'm doing for the All the World's a Page readathon is you just missed the character you really need to talk to. Read a book you've been meaning to get to for a while. For this, I am going with The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I've had this book for a while and I was so excited to get to it. I was like, this is going to be my favorite book of the year. I need to read it. And then I finally got it, and I picked it up, and I started reading it. But again, I was in such a bad state of mind that, like, nothing was working for me. And so, like, I don't know that I really gave it a fair shot because I know I was in a terrible state of mind. You know what I mean. So I'm going to give this one a go. I'm finally going to get to this one, and I am very excited about it. Okay, the next readathon I'm going to do is the Enneagram Readathon. It takes place August 1st through the 14th, and it has like 18 hosts. There's 2 for each Enneagram type. Now, here's the thing. Okay. I have taken the Enneagram quiz several times, and I get different results every single time. This last time I took it, and I'll put the screenshot up here. Let me actually pull it up so I can read you accurately what it said. It says, you are most likely a type 3. Taking wings into account, you seem to be a 5 wing 6. It is not clear from these test results which Enneagram type and wing you are. So that was less than helpful. What I have decided to do though, every time I have taken it, type 5 is my second type that they give me. So like they'll rank you in order of how your answers register, and type 5 has shown up second every single time. And then reading through the Enneagram types, I feel like I align most closely with type 5. So that's what I'm going with, and Catherine Zofrey, who is one of the hosts, told me that was okay. Told me that was okay. So this is what we're doing. So for the type 5 team, they have 3 prompts and then a group read. Now the group read is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, and I've already read that, and I'm not gonna, you know what, I have a review up on it. If you want to watch it, you can. I don't want to like put out there my full thoughts because I don't want to ruin this for anybody. So obviously I won't be doing a group read because I've already read it. And it actually makes my life a lot easier because, wow, I have too much. I have too much going on. So the 3 prompts for type 5 is multiple points of view. So for that, we have our first repeat, The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This has 2 different points of view, one in the past, one in the present. Now, when I remember from reading it, he really didn't like the present point of view, but I really enjoyed the past point of view. So I'm hoping that since I'm like happier these days, I'll have a better time with it. Oh, did I even tell you what this is about? Do I need to tell you what this is about? I don't know, I feel like it's gotten so much hype recently. Basically, the present day point of view, which I didn't realize there was a present day point of view when I read it, is a woman who has gone to the UK, her husband has been cheating on her, whatever. And then the past point of view is this female apothecary who creates poisons to help women rid themselves of like horrible husbands, etc. So yeah, very interested in that. The next prompt is a female protagonist, and oh look, it's another repeat. The Lost Queen by Signe Pike. I already explained what this is about. Lingorith is a female protagonist. She is who we're following mainly, and she is the Lost Queen, so yeah. And then Mystery Thriller is the third prompt, and you're gonna notice a trend here in the books I've chosen. The Lost Village by Camilla Sten. Okay, so first of all, I believe this is translated fiction, so if you are I think it's translated from Polish, so if you're looking for translated fiction and you like thrillers, here you go. This is following a documentary filmmaker, and she wants to do a documentary on this town where like all the inhabitants disappeared, and she's actually related to some of the people who disappeared. So I think that's going to be really cool. I love the concept. I love like the creepy house on the cover. I really hope this is as good as I'm thinking it is. Okay, finally, I have my large stack of History Challenge books. Now, the History Challenge is taking place from August 16th to the 31st. The hosts are Emma from A Cup of Books, Jenny from Book of Shenanigans, Justin from Ghost Reader, and Justin from Tramful Reads. I had so much fun with this readathon last year. I actually started my channel last year because of this readathon, so this is like a big moment for me. Let's just go through the different prompts and what I've chosen. I've chosen a book for every single prompt. I highly doubt I'm going to get through all of them, but dream big, you know? So first of all, we have biography or memoir. For this, I've chosen a book that I've had for a while. It's Alexander the Great by John Gunther. I think I really can't remember how I got this. It's clearly like a library copy or something. And I think it might actually be like a children's nonfiction book or like a young adult nonfiction book, because the writing is quite large and it doesn't seem to be too many words per page. So one, it'll just be interesting because Alexander the Great I know like the basics about, but not much outside of that. And two, I think that it'll be really fast to get through. So I'm looking forward to this. Okay, next we have Set on a Different Continent. For this, I have In the Kingdom of Ice, The Grand and Terrible Polar Voyage of the USS Jeanette. I picked this up originally because my mom's name is Jeanette, and I was like, oh, that's cute. But then, Bethan from Bethan Bruninger Sokolar, oh my god, I seriously hope I'm saying that right. When you look at it and you start sounding it out, it doesn't seem like it's that complicated. But like actually getting all the syllables out of your mouth, I feel like I mess it up every time. So Beth Ann, I am so sorry. Anyway, she read it and enjoyed it. And then my dad recently read it and he said he thought it was worth reading. So I have finally put this on my TBR for the History Challenge. This was actually the first book that made the TBR for the History Challenge. Next up we have Revisit a School Topic, which I think is a wonderful prompt. And for this, I have The Other Madisons, The Lost History of a President's Black Family by Bettye Kearse. So first of all, I think Bettye Kearse is actually a descendant of the black side of the Madison family. And I thought this would be fitting because James Madison is one of the founding fathers, etc., etc. So I obviously learned a lot about American history in school, but definitely not about this. So I think it fits, and I'm excited, and also this one isn't terribly long either. So I might actually be able to get through a fair few of these. Next we have Read a BIPOC author. So for this I have chosen one that might be a stretch. It is Black Man, White House, and Oral History of the Obama Years. It says history, okay? So we're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. By D.L. Hughley. He's a comedian, and it'll be like a history thing, but also a funny thing. So I think it'll be really easy to get through because of the humor. Next, I have Favorite Time Period. Now, I went back and forth on this for a while, but I realized that like medieval is where my heart is at right now. It is what I'm most interested in consuming. So what I've done is I've put the sequel, The Lost Queen, The Forgotten Kingdom by Signe Pike in this section. So I'm excited about this. Can you tell? I'm very grinning. Anyway, these covers are absolutely gorgeous. Can I find the other one so we can just look at them both together in all their glory? Anyway, The Forgotten Kingdom is just the continuation of The Lost Queen, so yeah, that should be fun, and I'm looking forward to this month just for that alone. The next prompt is a female author, or a woman author. For this, I have chosen The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. This has been recommended to me so many times by so many different people. I feel like everybody knows the basics about what it's about because I think there was a TV show or a movie, maybe? Anyway, the author is Rebecca Skloot. I think I'm saying that right. Definitely a woman author. But yes, this is about a black woman who had her cells taken. She had cancer, and they didn't ask her permission. She didn't know they were keeping them. The family was never informed. And let's see. Doctors took her cells without asking. Those cells never died. They launched a medical revolution in a multi-million-dollar industry. More than 20 years later, her children found out, and their lives would never be the same. So very keen to get to this one, and hopefully I'll be able to do it during the history challenge. Okay, leisure or hobby or a microhistory. So for this, I fit in Lemon, a global history. It's part of my let's overlap so I'm not too overwhelmed situation. So this I'm considering like a microhistory because it's just about lemons. Just lemons. So yeah, I think it works. Next we have a social movement. So for this, I'm reading Caste, The Origins of Our Discontent by Isabel Wilkerson. Do I have to explain why I'm considering this a social movement? I don't think so. Here's the thing. I read The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson earlier this year, and it is my favorite nonfiction book currently. Phenomenal read. Highly recommend. It is long, but Isabel Wilkerson is such a fantastic writer that it's easy to get through. It doesn't feel overwhelming at any point. So I'm very excited to get to Caste, and I'm hoping it has like the same effect where I learn so much and I feel so much, and it's just something that I don't want to put down. And finally, this was the prompt I was actually most excited about, translated work. So this took some thought. But then I realized I have a book that I've been wanting to read that's fairly short that is translated, and that is Stalin's Meteorologist by Olivier Rollin, translated from the French by Ross Schwartz. This is one man's untold story of love, life, and death. I do basically know what this is about because I saw Olive from the channel of Book Olive discuss this, and that's why I bought it. But I don't remember enough, I don't think, to actually tell you what it's about. Give me a second. I'm going to read the synopsis and I'll come right back. Oh, cool. Okay. So, I can't pronounce his name because I speak no Russian. But he was the head of the Soviet Union's meteorology department, and he was suddenly arrested without cause and became a political prisoner. And then later he was executed, but his family was not told. And then this is his story based on letters and drawings of the natural world that he sent to his family from prison. So I think I'm going to be really into this. And then again, it's short, which is perfect for readathons because it means I can get through more without like having to force myself to just be reading constantly. So that is the end of probably an overly ambitious TBR, but what else is new? Please let me know in the comment section if you are taking part in any of these readathons or any other readathons that you are taking part in August. If you have any comments about any of the books I have selected, go ahead and let me know those thoughts as well. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.